Well, hi guys, good afternoon and welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different today, which may be a little bit controversial to many people, and a lot of people may be not of that kind of understanding, and it's sometimes a little bit too far-fetched for their state of mind, limited thinking and understanding. And that's perfectly fine. It just simply means that they're not in that place, that space and time as yet. So we have to honor that. So anybody who's not interested in even the thought or trying to go down a path of understanding that in this cosmos that we're not the only ones. And if you can maybe digest that for a second and think to yourself, are we the only ones in the cosmos that we are a pinhead to, or we are a grain of sand to every planet there are, as you would see down by the sea and the sand, and you pick up the sand in your hand and just take one of those grains and that's Earth, and then you've got the rest of the beach. It's that kind of thought that maybe there is more than just us in this cosmos. And if you, even if you think to yourself, maybe there's a possibility, then maybe you're open to this little video that I'm going to do today. So let's get comfortable, shall we? First of all, I want to share a story with you that was very significant to me when I first started the path of the belief of that there could be something other than the spiritual world and this world. And that was when I took a piece of Moldavite for the first time, and I held it, and for some strange reason I felt my body lifting, and it was elevating. And to anybody else I probably wasn't elevating, but in that moment, I was elevating as soon as I held that crystal. And it was the most bizarre feeling that I've ever had. 15 years on, after working with Moldavite every single day, nearly, I've come to understand that as a very normal occurrence to many people. And not just the elevating, but so much more. If I give you some examples, one of the examples that many people experience with Moldavite is very bizarre dreams. Bizarre in nature, that they would never have had that dream in their whole of their life. And they said, this is really weird and strange. And I kept hearing this over and over again. And when my clients would lie down on the healing bed, I would place a Moldavite on their third eye. And after the healing session, they would give me feedback, which I never asked for, but they were so eager to share what they've just felt. And then maybe a month later or 2 months later, they'd come back and I'd give them another healing session, but without the Moldavite. And I knew there was a definite pattern to Moldavite being placed on a client, that something happened, whether that's an awakening, whether that's almost like sticking a radio band frequency there and they're tuning into something else. Didn't really matter. What mattered to me was there is something in this. Now here's a wonderful thing which brings everything together. Stephen Greer is basically, as far as I'm concerned, the #1 expert in extraterrestrial life, and his knowledge is you just need to go on Netflix and type in unacknowledged. You just need to see the amazing documentaries that he's made. But what interests me is that some of his close friends and some people around the world bought Moldavites from me. And I received messages back from them when they would go out together in groups around the world, and they would sit in meditation to connect to what I believe is extraterrestrial life. And they would sit in meditation and they would try and connect, and sure enough, many times they had hits, meaning that something would fly by and hover over and then go again. And basically what they would do is they would sit and basically talk to the extraterrestrials in a spiritual manner, like me and you would talk to spirit. Well, they would try and connect to the extraterrestrials. My belief system is that extraterrestrials are also spiritual souls like you and I. So they've come in a different form or a different planet, but they are still ultimately where we all go to, which is a spiritual place. So there is no reason why we cannot connect with people like that, just like you can connect to your brother, sister, friend, lover through thought. So I was getting messages back saying, Mark, the Moldavite really helped connect with extraterrestrial. We've used other crystals, but Moldavite was the crystal that I work with, and we're having some great hits. So over the years, I heard all of these things happening, and through my own experience, because I don't believe people when they tell me something, I need to experience it. That's their belief. So I believe them telling me what they believe, but I don't fully believe what has happened. I have to see it for myself. This is why it's a bit strange for me to be in this field of work of spirituality. But I had to see for myself. So through the years I was working with Moldavite and on my clients, I started realizing that there is a huge connection between the extraterrestrial energy through Moldavite, which is, of course, an extraterrestrial energy because it's come from another planet, it's come from out of this world. Okay, so what I used to do quite frequently is a short meditation which involves trying to connect to this extraterrestrial energy. And it's not difficult to do, it's very simple to do. But what you have to do, the most important thing to do, is clear your mind in thinking that they are miles away, that you cannot connect to them, and that there's no such thing as extraterrestrials. Because if you do, then it's not going to work because you instantly block yourself. So you have to be open to the fact that maybe you might connect to something that is beyond our seeing and understanding, okay? So you've all got your Moldavite oil. If not, get your sacred oil. It's just as good, but Moldavite oil is obviously perfect for this. So I'd like you to take 6 drops with this one because we're going to rub in different places, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit more oil this time. Okay, rub your hands together. Okay. Sides of your temples to let go of all the conditioning that we have. Slight behind your ears because we're trying to hear in a different vibration. Then to your heart, rub on your heart, and then go further down, just a little bit further down, but not too low where your belly button is, and then back up again. Okay, and with your other hand, I want you to now go to the top of the head and just rub. Okay, the top of your head, just like that. Okay, and now all the rest across your forehead. Okay, just a bit down your nose. Okay, well done. Well done. Good. Okay, now a few deep breaths of this beautiful oil. Blow out of your mouth. We're going to do this 4 or 5 times. I'm going to speak gently to you as you're doing this. Always remember to blow out of your mouth, clearing all the fear, worries, and all the toxins from your mouth. One more time. Okay, sit comfortably. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can place your hand and the Moldavite there and place it here, or you can place the Moldavite on top of your head. I prefer it there when I'm doing this, okay? And then I'd like you to close your eyes. I want you to be aware of the top of your head and the Moldavite. At the same time, I want you to be aware that you are a very powerful antenna. Your whole body is like an aerial. It is a very powerful aerial. Now, your thoughts are the waves, like a radio, which sends signals out. Oof, my crown chakra now is itching like crazy. So that's a good sign. It means I'm becoming open to the Moldavite and my head is now expanding. So now I know my Moldavite is working. And if you truly have a genuine Moldavite, you should start to feel something. If it's a glass fake Moldavite, then the chances are you won't feel anything. If you've rubbed Moldavite oil on, then you should feel something. So now my head is becoming extremely sensitive. Remember, you are a radio station. And what you're going to do now is call to the extraterrestrial energy which is above. There is no time or space, and I want you to simply feel from your own heart and call them. But at the same time, do not be frightened of asking a question, anything. I will be calling the energy of love, compassion, and anything that they would like to share with me that will help to raise the vibration in this world so we can clear war, famine, anger, and ask and listen for their reply. The reply may come in different forms, colours, shapes, images, but all of these are an amazing sign to help you understand. So whatever happens, just go with that. Try not to think too much. Okay, let's begin. If your eyes get very heavy, it is because you are receiving a download without even understanding or knowing, so don't worry. If you get a headache, don't worry. It is just your own energy tuning into the energy of extraterrestrial. Take your Moldavite, put it down safely, and now I'm going to get a pen and write down everything that I felt that came through. Okay guys, sometimes it's very, very, very quick. Sometimes it can take hours. Sometimes you see bright colours. Sometimes you see images. Sometimes you see like most amazing things. It is a little bit challenging when the video's on you. So you know, for me to get what I got was very quick and very sharp. Okay, so I'm going to show you. It was only images that I got. So these were my images. Okay, so I think the question I asked was how we can help the world and all that. Yeah, how we can clear fear and things like that. So what I'm looking at here was I saw this, which was the moon, and I saw an eye, but the eye was closed. So I'm putting two and two together and thinking, if my eyes are closed, they're saying meditate more, but meditate when the moon is at its smallest, not biggest. And that makes sense because I've said to you many times before, I think there's something with the moon that stops us from connecting. I think the moon is a little bit more than what we realize. And we have been told many, many times by the ancients, by the old wise ones, that there was a time that there wasn't a moon in our solar system, and that there were no wind and the sea didn't have big waves. There were not tsunamis. There wasn't anything like that. The earth was very, very still, and people could communicate, and telepathy was ultimately how we communicated. And then the moon appeared. It was transported or got here or came here somehow. And then all of a sudden we got volcanoes, we got eruptions of many different types, we got bad weather, and we got then the sadness, the lunar tick. We all went a bit crazy when the full moon came out. So that makes sense to me. So meditate when the moon is never at its full. That's the best way. Heart came up, and then a tear. This is something that I've always said. You know, it's all about your heart, living and working in your heart, and never being afraid to cry, which is to me the message of feminine. Never being frightened of showing your emotion. That clears fear. And then there was a tree that came up. It was, these are only silly things. This was a beautiful tree. And then I saw a saw, a big saw. and that means don't cut down Mother Nature. Mother Nature is our life force. What are we doing? We're raping the land, we're killing it. So those were the messages from what I believe is a very, very unusual extraterrestrial energy. And you might think, what a load of rubbish. But you know what? I've channeled a lot of things from there with my Moldavite, and they've created some amazing things. And I've got to tell you guys, one of the things that I work on every day is my crystals and put good energy into them. Where do you think that came from? So a lot of the things that I've done are now proving to be scientifically proven that were never proven before. A lot of things that I work on and do are now starting to become, people are starting to realize that this stuff works. What Mark works with works. And so a lot of the channeling that we can do is kind of like the eureka moment where we are given information. So this is just a little snippet of how you can start your journey with the Moldavite oil and your Moldavite and start to attune to this higher vibration. And don't be surprised if you come up with some great ideas when asked. When you ask, they will give you the right information. If it's for the higher good of humanity, you will always get the answer. Even if it comes in silly little pictures, or if it comes like a thunderbolt, or if it comes like you're asleep and you have this amazing dream. A lot of the times is that we are being communicated to all the time by this extraterrestrial energy. And you may say, why? Well, I believe with my hand on my heart that they are here to help preserve this world, because this world, this planet is very rare, and they know that, and they want to keep it. And that's why if you really do your studying and homework, all you need to do is go and watch the numerous videos out there showing that aliens shut down all the bases like Menworth Hill and all the other bases around the world. They just go there and zap all them killing missiles. They just knock them out. Why would they do that? They do it because they know it's wrong. They do it because they know that we are a threat to this beautiful world. You know what? To end on this note, we are only here. We borrow this world. We are here, and we should be blessed and thankful for Mother Nature to allow us to be in this world. We should be thankful for every fruit we put in our mouth, every fruit that comes off a tree, everything that's grown out of the ground. We should be thankful for every plant, every tree in this world, for what they give us, the life that we lead. Therefore, we must start to recognize that. And an old ancient Native American said, when all the rivers are poisoned, when all the trees are cut down, we will only know then that we cannot eat money. And it's so true. So we have to get back to how we used to be. So guys, I hope this video serves you well. It is a beginning of your journey with Moldavite to connect to the extraterrestrial. Here's a few more tips. If you can, get a couple of Moldavites in both hands, okay? And if you're meditating, that's another thing. If you have 3, I have a trio Moldavites purposely to connect. So sometimes you can put a little piece there and 2 in your hand. That's fabulous as well. When you go to bed, wear a piece of Moldavite and fall asleep with a piece of Moldavite. It is an amazing experience when you open up. Get your Moldavite oil, rub it on the places I showed you, and then go to sleep and let the work be done. You can even do the same thing lying down, what we've just done now, but stick the Moldavite here on your third eye. So there's many different ways you can start to work on this connection between this world, you as the antenna, and the extraterrestrial world, which is all around you. I have also a theory that there are many dimensions in this world that we see as a one dimension. So they are not sometimes a million miles away, they are right here as well. So we may be connecting to many different people's philosophies about the Hathors and all the different, extraterrestrials that have names. I don't name anybody, I don't put them in a box. I just know that there are many different life forms in this world. And all I'd like to say today is be open to that. Don't shy away and think what a load of rubbish. Give it a try. Just give it a try and persevere with it. Keep going. And the thousands of messages I've got from you guys who have told me your experiences with Moldavite, it's genuine, it's real, and there are so many possibilities of what I believe that there is, so many more possibilities. And I can't even begin to think, like a grain of sand that we are on the beach, what else is in this cosmos. So let's tap into just one of those things today. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for buying your Moldavites from Bajerski.com. Thank you for buying your Moldavite oil. Thank you for everything that you've done in the past for me and my website and the growth of this channel. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, guys. I'm just busy, as you can see, bottling the Moldavite oil as we speak, and working on some beautiful Moldavites and Herkimas. They're not quite ready yet, but getting there. And that's it. That's my day. Sunday. Take care, guys. Have a lovely day, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you did feel anything, please put it underneath here and share it with us, what you felt you saw. Or if you did see an image, tell us what it was and what you feel it was. And if you're not sure what it was, let's see if we can all chip in and see if we can give you that information. Might help you along your journey. Okay, guys, take care. Thank you for subscribing to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. Bye, guys.